What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, Dojo Speaks. Thank you all so much for joining myself and Prophetic Fire Ricky for this being my Thursday night 8 p.m. Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I'm so glad that you guys have decided to spend your 8 o'clock hour with us tonight. A couple things I want y'all to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big white subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it for it, brother. Also, be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the various topics we'll be discussing on tonight's show. Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but certainly not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. That everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Genesita, Bianca, so glad to see your beautiful faces. Bianca, I'm glad that you're feeling better, good enough to be here tonight. I don't want to get into me being worried about you or anything like that, but hey, I'm glad that you are here. So how are y'all feeling today before we get into this?
I'm awake.
I see. Bianca, how goes it, my love?
I'm okay. A little bit of pain, but I'm all right.
Gotcha. All right. Excuse me. So I want to just send a big congratulations out to Spain for winning the World Cup this past week. It was great. They had some type of halftime performance or something of that nature. Shakira was there. Some other artists were there as well. So it all went down at the MetLife Stadium. So something interesting happened in the WNBA this week. So Toronto Tempo's coach, her name is Sandy, and her last name is Bondello. She was suspended after saying that Angel Reese was a protected. Hold on, let me find it again. I'm so sorry. I should have had a protected species. She said that Angel Reese was a protected species. Now, I don't know the context of this particular statement or comment or whatever the case might be. I'm sure she was asked a question concerning Angel Reese herself, but that's very coded verbiage for sure. Once again, I wish I had more context about this statement, but
you weren't able to find anything.
No, but the statement I think says it all, says all that we need to know. Jennifer, do you know more about it?
Absolutely, because there's more.
Okay. What do? Because I know what the majority of people are thinking when you hear the statement protected species. Now, species like for real. She could have at least said human being, or she don't want to say black woman because that would further lean into the racism of the actual comment itself. But she was suspended for one game. The coach, Sandy, was suspended for one game. Angel Reese was in a press conference. She said that Sandy had apologized to her. So at least we got that out of the way. Of course, she doesn't go into whether she believes the apology or not, because that would just make things get even stickier. But Angel Reese handled this with so much grace, because she could have said a lot of hateful things about this woman. It's ridiculous that this statement was made. Jennifer, you still looking up stuff?
No, I was just talking. I mean, I can talk because
okay.
everything that I was doing, it had nothing to do with. I was just bringing up a picture. Anywho, yes, it's something that we've learned over the time that we've been able to enjoy the what's it called, the World Cup or something.
WNBA?
No, I'm talking about the World Cup.
Oh,
For the football.
yes, the real
European football, I guess, child. I don't know. Anywho, so we've learned somehow that there people in Canada were being a little disrespectful, a little racist. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this lady is not uplifting Toronto in the slightest, and I wonder if she's even Canadian. Either way, what she said and what happened was disgusting, and I'm kind of wondering whether or not they need to find her. Suspension, yeah, that's cute and all, but she need to pay some money.
For sure. For sure.
It does feel nice that they did do something for her, to be saying something, but it's like when hate is amongst us, it's always going to rear its ugly head. And can't say for the first time, it doesn't happen often enough for my taste, but at least some consequences came to Sandy.
For sure. To be honest, I would not have been upset if she was released, fired, because the chances of her opinion on us as African Americans is probably not going to change.
Of course not.
And so the fact that she's still in a coach in the WNBA is a huge problem. Bianca, any thoughts on this particular story?
I'm just wondering if she was referring to herself or not.
Ooh. Complexion for the protection.
We want to talk about creatures. And it's frustrating in a sense because it's like we always have to be the bigger person
every time.
I would have been if she would have rid her for filth after making a statement against her. Because where does the book stop?
Yeah.
Seriously, it's 2026. Where do it stop?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But I also am kind of wondering, like, so what's the black people on her team feeling like?
Right, because they on there.
Yeah, of course I had to find the team. It is full of oh wait, was I showing y'all? Oh no, I found it on a different thing. Anyway, from the picture that I was able to find, it looks like there is a couple, you know what I'm saying? Not many at all,
Okay.
So, but still, it doesn't matter. You don't need to have a team chock full of black people to actually respect black people.
Right. Even if there weren't any black players on her team, the fact still remains that she's screaming to us that she's a racist. Not to say that she is a racist. That's just alleged.
Alleged.
However, that statement screams racism to me. Okay.
We only say alleged to protect ourselves. Hey, Auntie Robin.
Hey, Auntie Robin. So glad you're here, boo. So next up we have a story that we spoke on a couple of weeks ago. I want to use quotations when I use this word. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, she posted a video of herself. Now, Mama had to explain this to me because I had no idea what was going on with these people acting as though that they were about to film a Netflix documentary of some sort, and they're doing these types of videos. I'm assuming a lot of those videos are on TikTok. And
yeah, basically, because Netflix has come out with a whole bunch of very popular documentaries, so everybody's like, well, here's my documentary,
Right. So Dr. Cheyenne Bryant,
we use that loosely.
She posted a video putting on her cap and gown. Not sure exactly what event this cap and gown was used for, if it even was used for an event of sorts, or maybe this instance is an event itself, I guess. But there were some people that went on to the Amazons and found that exact same cap and gown. And it's not looking too good for her. So here's my thing, because I talked about it with Mommy yesterday. So I'm not saying that allegedly lying about your doctorate is a catapult to get you to places where you would not be able to get into had you not had that particular distinction. However, now that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is in this predicament, if she were to come out and say, you know what, the gig is up. Y'all got me, girl. I'm not no doctor. You know what I'm saying? I don't have I don't have the requirements. I don't have the dissertation that is, somewhere out there in the world that can't nobody find. I don't qualify to use this particular doctor title. If she does that, she loses everything. So I'm not surprised that she's keeping this thing going, because if she just messes up, and she gonna lose all that she worked hard for. So I don't expect her to come out and and I'm not saying that to say that she doesn't have to come out and tell us the truth. I'm not saying that she shouldn't come out and tell us the truth. I'm just thinking of it from her perspective. If I'm Cheyenne Bryant and I've lied all these years about, or allegedly lied about all these years about actually having a doctorate, if I admit it, then I'm gonna lose everything I had. So I don't expect for Dr. Cheyenne Bryant to let us know the truth of her actual academic accolades. I think it's just going to keep on going. It's just going to keep on going. Jennifer, I'm sure you saw this particular video. What are your thoughts? And do you think that she might fess up allegedly, eventually?
Some people just don't understand the what the aura that they send out, or how they look to other people. They just don't understand, and I think that's a part of her issue. Um, I find it funny that not only is her outfit, her doctor robe or whatever
Her
came
cap and
from
gown.
her cap. Thank you, sweetie. Her cap and gown is allegedly from Amazon, but another person pointed out that she has the wrong color for the
Oh,
degree.
oh no.
That degree has nothing to do with psychology.
Oh no. Well, has it been? No, I'm just not going to ask that question.
So, and also, like, she had something on the wall, like she had something from the United States University or something like that.
United
Who
States
knows?
University.
That's what I
What?
heard. That's what I saw. So,
That sounds just as valid as Trump University. I go to the school of the United States.
that's the school that I attend. Okay, go Eagles.
Yes.
Look,
Bald eagles. It's gonna be a bald eagle if it's the University of the United States, honey.
to be honest with you guys, I really believe if she would have just stepped out and said, "Yeah, man, I'm Dr. Dre. I'm a doctor like Dr. Dre." If she would have just said that and kept it pushing and kept on giving advice and just like left it alone, rather than trying to bless everybody with receipts as to the fact that she has a doctorate, I feel like life would have been going on. But I feel like she's just taking this as one of those things of, any press is good press. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But she's just looking stupider and stupider, and I feel like she should have dropped it as soon as everybody on Earth realized that we were not going to be able to find her dissertation, because there was no dissertation. So, God bless her.
Bianca, what are your thoughts on our Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's current predicament?
Well, I don't think that it would make or break her, because I don't know what she have right now that she wouldn't have had if she wouldn't have said she was a doctor. What, she wrote a book.
Mm.
Anybody can do that. So, no.
Mimi showed us that on Love and Hip Hop when Nico was trying to get her 3 books out of that book deal. She had her daughter just draw on some paper, and she said, "Here are your 3 books right there. They're your books.
Right.
Anybody can write a book, y'all." Go ahead, Bianca.
So I'm like, I don't know why she had to lie in the first place. It's not even. I mean, what was the reason? What was the reason for what? Because you didn't get anything out of it. You're not a professor at a prestigious college because of your doctorate or anything like that. So I mean, I just don't get it. She is pathetic. She looked pathetic. She sound pathetic, and everybody know at this point she a fool. So she just they going along to laugh along at this point.
Right,
I,
exactly.
Bianca, I saw videos of her saying repeatedly from one interview to the next that she has 6 degrees and that she
Even more
and
than Wendy Osefo.
and
How
she,
dare she?
yes, and that she has these running shoes. Took her from here, there, and everywhere. Owning a house at 19, owning a business and stuff at 19. I was like, at 19, you did a whole lot of stuff at 19.
Right,
How did you?
a fool.
And it's
Oh,
like now you're coming off as a liar, just a habitual liar. You know what I'm saying? Now you're the joke. You know, Miss Kim, peace and blessings unto you.
greetings and salutations, Miss Kim. So glad you're here.
She says, "Hey J and B, God bless, God bless." She said, "Hey to Auntie Robin." She also said, "PhD from Amazon." Hold yourself, baby. Bianca, gather yourself. She said, "PhD from Amazon University."
Okay, because that's where she got that cap and gown, y'all.
In the wrong color.
In the wrong color. But you know what? People that graduated stuff know that there is the colors are designated for different. Okay,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it fakely, just do it right.
My mom have her doctorate in counseling.
Wow.
Did
That's
hers look
awesome.
like that?
No, not at all.
Auntie Robin says, "I don't have credentials. I'm fake fake, a phony, and a fraud." That's all she needs to say.
Yeah.
That's it.
And she could still go on the next podcast and give advice.
She can. She has that right. We all have that right.
And be real good reality TV with that lie.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Miss Kim says, I think she has a mental illness. The fake robe, the Microsoft Word degrees on the wall is clearly a sign of mental illness. And you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it's a mental illness brought on by wanting to be relevant so bad. So bad. Auntie Robin says, "Hey, Miss Kim, how you feeling today?" And Miss Kim said someone on TikTok went to school with her and said that she didn't graduate.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Now see that'll do it. She must forgot. She know people who went to school with her now.
I
She-
mean, because when
or
you
people know her.
right.
You can't shut everybody up.
Right.
She ain't got that kind of money. Excuse me, Auntie Robin says somebody keep an eye on her because if she comes up saying my name is Elmer J. Fudd, I own a mansion and a yacht, then we gotta snatch her from impersonating a cartoon icon.
For sure.
Auntie Robin says also that Cheyenne lady is messing things up for the rest of the fake doctors. Now folks gonna ask me for my credentials when I lie and say that I'm a doctor.
When you lie, you gotta lie good, y'all. The lie gotta be believable, y'all.
They gonna go looking for your what's it called? Dissertation. Dagnabbit. Auntie Robin says, yes, I have several occasions. I have had several occasions where I have falsely represented myself. It has worked wonders. I as I see that's why Cheyenne does it. As I as I have navigated my health issues, you'd be surprised that I'm talented collegially when I do.
Absolutely.
And Miss Kim says the woman on TikTok had her doctorate framed.
Mm. Mm.
I guess just not everybody able. I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Anyways, I wish I was gonna say I wish her the best, but whatever.
Ain't nothing
Whatever.
wrong with wishing her the best. You know what I'm
It-
saying? It's gonna be kind of difficult for the best to find her if she ain't
right.
operating in truth. But
Which
ain't
is
nothing wrong.
why I changed my mind and wishing her the best. Because when you're operating in something that's not reality, chances are things aren't not going to work out great for you
Mm.
at all. I wanted to get into two legal cases on tonight's show. The first is one that I heard about last week. A woman, 36-year-old woman by the name of Kendra Scott. She's been charged with taking the life of a man who was found under her daughter's bed. Now, Bianca already know about this one, child. So the child, I'm not sure exactly the age of the child, but the child had apparently invited the man in. And the mother came to the door, beating on the door. Apparently she kicked the man out. So while the man was taking his stuff and leaving the residence, that is when she wounded him with a pew pew pew. She wounded him with a weapon. And I don't know how this can be seen as anything else but the M word first degree. If he was not a threat to you, if he was leaving, well, maybe not voluntarily leaving, but if he was leaving after you asked him to leave, apparently, I'm assuming that his back was to her, and he's of course not coming at you with any aggressiveness or anything of that nature. I get why she might have done it. Maybe she was. I'm assuming yes, her daughter was underage, so that is definitely not a good thing whatsoever. And so I get the amount of anger that you may feel towards someone who would be doing those types of things to your child. I get that. However, there are consequences when you take the law into your own hands. Why not call the police and say, there's a man that's here and he was under my underage daughter's bed and he needs to be locked up? But she took matters into her own hands and took the man's life. Now, I'm not saying that I don't know. When you're faced with situations like this is what we have law enforcement for, because they can take certain situations out of our hands and place it into their hands. Because when you take someone's life, there are repercussions and consequences to those types of things. And I don't believe that this taking of someone's life was justified in any way, shape, or form. Call the police, let them know you have a grown man and under your underage daughter's bed, and y'all need to get him up out of my house. And I was going to suggest, maybe even, hold the gun up to the weapon up to him, and make him stay until the police get there. Like she could have done that. That probably would have been against the law as well, because that might fall under kidnapping or something of that nature. However, I hope that justice prevails in this particular case. I don't think she had any right whatsoever to take that man's life at all.
What's your version of justice in this situation? Because I know everybody's thought process or opinion of justice is, different. So what's your version of justice in this?
My version of justice is first degree M word, because it was premeditated. She made the decision to pull it up and pull the trigger. So I feel as though I can't say that she meant to take his life, but as I stated with another case where if you attack someone with a weapon, and they end up passing away as a result, and that your intention was not to take their life, that does not excuse the fact that you attack that person with a weapon that could take their life. So for me, it is first degree M word. The sentence, it no less than 30 or 40 years for me. For she blatantly took someone's life. Again, I get why she would have done it. There was a grown man that could be that is possibly doing something possibly sexually with my underage child. I get that. But the correct resolution to that issue is you call the popo, you call 12, you call 50. But she decided not to do that. And so, in my opinion, it's first degree M word, nothing less, not even involuntary manslaughter, in my opinion. Because you aim the weapon, you pull the trigger. When you pull in any type of trigger, there's a good chance that the person on the other side of that weapon is not going to make it. So that's my opinion on justice for her. Bianca, I saw you react to this story. So have you heard about this? And what is your opinion on this story?
I have heard about it. And She caused all of this. She caused it.
Speak on it, sis.
Mm-hmm.
So to go a little bit deeper, after the situation happened, the police interviewed the neighbor and they interviewed the daughter. The daughter told them that my mom said if she catch any more boys in the house that she was gonna unalive them.
Oh,
So
wow.
she
There you go.
also worked a late night shift. So having your, I can't remember if she was 13 or 16,
13.
having your 13-year-old who you know bring boys into the house at home alone in that nighttime era without any supervision. If you already know that's the problem, you can't leave it up to a 13-year-old to do what's right. She's 13. So you need to make sure she's going to a sister's house. You need to make sure that somebody's there watching her so that she won't continue to do these things. So that was number one. And then, like I said, the daughter had already said, my mom said if she catch him in the house that she was going to unalive him. Now, in my opinion, she could have got off if she would have came in the house, saw him up under there and blew. Oh, I saw somebody up under my daughter's bed. But no, you didn't do that. You knocked on the door, you bang on the door, you wait till they get dressed, he coming out the house, y'all go back and forth for a little bit. He walking out, he's in the yard, and then you bloop, 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 back there. You
Mm-hmm.
caused all of this. So we
She
don't
did
even
it
know.
totally wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you were in the wrong all along. If you already knew that this was the issue with your child, then you should have made sure that it wasn't an issue anymore. You shouldn't have even
Right.
given her the possibility. You can't give the grace. When you punishing a child, you take their phone. If they're sending nudes, you take their phone because guess
Mm-hmm.
what? You don't give them the opportunity to do it again. So if you
Right.
know she have people coming to the house while you're at work, don't give her the opportunity to do it again. All of this could have been avoided if you had been a better parent, and that's just my opinion.
Absolutely. Je ne
Wow.
sais pas.
Thank you, Bianca, for your knowledge. Look, I think that is absolutely crazy, and I agree with both of y'all. Now, it's all they fault. It's all her fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's all her fault, and she's putting herself. She put herself in jail. And first degree, yeah, you're right, Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're right. And he wasn't even in the house. It's like you can't even. And then her daughter, I bet she might be mad and making sure to say everything she can say
Mm-hmm.
and tell all the truths that may her mother look crazy.
You killed my man.
And it's like what's beyond crazy to me. She had a situation where the police could have got the girl is 13 and he's 20. Oh, he's getting arrested immediately.
Right. Call the police.
And he's going on the registry
Yep.
immediately. So, because to be honest, I think that's what I would have did for every single person that tried to come up in that house. And of course, you wouldn't have no phone. That it's like you give her what she need to do the things that she want to do.
Come
Mm-hmm.
on.
And I'm not saying that every parent that gives their child a phone, like I can see why she would feel like she needs to have the phone because she works overnight. But it's she would need to have some kind of arrangement. And then with her knowing that this is how her daughter is, I hate to call her daughter anything other than a child of God, but we all thinking the same thing, so I ain't gonna say it out loud. She know her daughter, and there's a huge chance that her daughter is the answer to who she was before she had her daughter. So she know her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought this was like a real yeah, it is a predator situation for sure, but this was invited into the house not just by that child, that mother. She invited this situation to the house, and
Mm-hmm.
especially since it happened before.
Yep.
Right.
Several
I
times.
Because people only do what you allow them to do at
I
the end of the day.
I would have called the police on every John she had come up in my house.
Right.
Yep.
I wouldn't knock on no doors. If I would have known, I'm scared. Somebody's in the house.
Come on, because you already know.
You already know.
Yeah.
And that makes it even worse in my head, Bianca, the fact that it was done outside of the house.
In the front yard.
She wanted to go to jail. Because I was thinking about a situation where a father, his son was actively being assaulted, and he pew pewed the man and killed him, and he didn't even get arrested.
Mm.
But that
And
was
this,
actively too, though. So it
say it
was like,
again.
oh my God, that was actively. So he was
Yes,
in shock. Like, what?
yes, he had
Yeah.
that, but it's like y'all more than likely had a whole conversation and all that stuff, and talk about how I don't like how you coming into my house. Now I'm going to pew pew you. You brought me to your side. But you better thank Bianca for telling for having so much. Because now I understand. Now I understand why it's first. Because I was like, what, huh? That seems a little harsh for this kind of situation. Because all I saw was 13-year-old child, 20-year-old man. Somebody got to go.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Bianca, for giving us those additional details for sure.
Auntie Robin says Kendra doesn't have a leg to stand on. If she had pew pewed him in the front versus the back, there could have been a better explanation, reason, like self defense. She blew it.
Right.
Or under the bed. That's a peeping Tom. I
That's the
come in there
Mhm.
and see somebody eyeball looking at me
That is
from my
an
side. I'm scared.
intruder.
no,
That is an intruder, honey.
no.
Okay.
I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
All I know is that my child was laying down and there was somebody there. Oh
Cow, 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 cow.
no! Oh no! Auntie, oh gosh. Auntie
I'm
Robin
sorry,
said,
Bianca.
it's all your fault, Jonathan. Auntie Robin said it wouldn't be kidnapping because she didn't lure him to the home. And
That's true.
if she held him with her weapon in hand, she could have filed it under citizen's arrest. We keep on saying we know our rights, but we don't, especially when it come down to it. Auntie Robin says, "You're right, Joe Nathan. Aim, shoot, fire."
Yeah.
And last one, Miss Kim says, "Auntie Robin, I'm over here going through it. The auntie is real mad with me this month. Oh, child.
Oh,
Oh, you gonna
I'm
make it free.
I'm so
Please
sorry
take
you're
drugs.
I'm
Take
so
the
sorry you're
drugs."
going through that, Miss Kim. But you
Mm.
strong, honey. You strong. So the next case that I wanted to speak on is an update on Nolan Wells' case here. So the independent autopsy says that Nolan Wells' cause and manner of death remains undetermined. The report noted red discoloration on the back of Nolan's head, and that parts of his throat were were missing when the body was received for examination, preventing the pathologist from ruling out a neck injury. So I don't know how the body looked when they received it, but apparently, I guess it was not all intact. I don't know how parts of the neck could not be there.
They
That's a
figured it
little
out. You said part of the throat. The throat.
okay, part of the throat. Okay, so because we all know throat injuries, what throat injuries are typically a result of. Um, Jennifer, if you go ahead and read that
Auntie
comment.
Robin said not parts of his throat. His throat was missing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, and Lady Virgo here.
Hey, Lady Virgo. I don't believe that the official state of Mississippi's autopsy has been released as of yet. A lot of people were saying that they were waiting on the independent autopsy to come out first before they release theirs. They still have yet to release theirs, so it is what it is. Both Al Sharpton and Tyler Perry are offering a $50,000 reward to anyone who has information leading to an arrest on or conviction in the Nolan Wells case. So I don't know if that's going to encourage anyone to come forward. And for the manner or cause of death to be undetermined, further lets me know that there's something in the milk ain't clean. Something is definitely going on that is nefarious, that should have never happened. Nancy Grace is speaking on this case, and a lot of people are saying that Nancy Grace came out of retirement, because I haven't seen Nancy Grace in a minute. So her hair looks different. It's a little bit shorter. She doesn't have as much makeup as I remember
It's
seeing her
still
wear.
teased to the high heavens, though.
Oh, absolutely. Not as high as Teresa Caputo's hair, but it's still up there, though. It's still
Agreed.
up there.
Agreed.
However, I think that there were no answers that came from this independent autopsy. I'm so glad that they did it, though, because we can compare that to whatever. Because I can only assume that Mississippi has the contents of his throat in their possession. So I don't know where this is going to go from here. I'm praying that there is resolution that comes from this. I know that we've been talking about this for the last 3 weeks. However, it still needs to be discussed, at least in my opinion. So, Genesita, were you surprised at the results of the autopsy? Do you think what do you think will come out of this case? Do you think that $100,000 from Al Sharpton and Tyler Perry will encourage someone to come forward?
We can only hope so.
Yeah.
We're all working on hopes right now. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that answers are received. The case is discussing, but it is really nice that a case like this is getting as much press as it is getting. Because this is something that happens so often, and not enough spotlight is being shined on it. King Jesus woke up the right woman, Nancy Grace, to
Okay.
get her on the case. I've seen so many TikToks saying, "Oh, they all going to go to jail. The fish going to jail. Even the boats, they going to jail." Because they even brought up how, I don't know if y'all remember Casey Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah, they said Nancy Grace, even though she got off, Nancy Grace kept her boot on that child's neck so bad, to the point where when Casey Anthony tried to come on to TikTok to
Last
try to,
year.
yeah, she was banished. Nobody wanted to hear what so it's like she can't even live in society, because I personally believe she did it, and I'm sure Nancy Grace do as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, y'all.
Okay.
Even though this happened on Caucasian People Watch, right? In every group, I believe there's always somebody that doesn't really flow with what they flowing on. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
I believe it may become popular for people to speak up on what they saw that day. I believe it's possible that we're going to get some real information, some eyewitness stuff. My only hope is that they actually go to the police first before they start going to TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. But there are apparently powers that be in the mix of this situation. And, I can only hope that justice, and in my opinion, justice looks like finding the perpetrator worse, because I believe it's multiple.
For sure. I believe that too.
And not just having a hand in it, but also being complicit in it as well. Because I believe all of them need to be arrested for, at the very least, not calling the police.
Yeah.
Because they knew what happened.
And did it shock you that Nancy Grace is speaking on this? I can't say that I'm shocked, because these are the types of cases that Nancy Grace typically likes to talk about. But were you surprised to see her out here?
No, no surprise to me, because she's just one of those kind of people when things ain't just adding up and
Yeah.
it's just not coming together as one. It hasn't even gone to trial or anything like that, and there's nobody being put on trial for anything. Is like this seems a little weird. And I don't know if you've seen, but she's already interviewing people and making them look stupid.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I need to look these
So
videos up on YouTube, child.
Right.
just I've been catching clip after clip on the TikToks. Nancy Grace is on the case. And just think about how much stuff they have piled against the other people. They have all of the, the black hierarchy, trying to make sure this happen. People from Tyler Perry to Colin Kaepernick and other people spending money to make sure this gets taken care of and putting this out there. And then you have this decent white woman coming out of, they say, retirement
Right.
to basically speak power to this because her voice is loud and she does not stop. I think that's the thing for her. She's consistent.
For sure.
You think she's gonna talk about something else tomorrow? Think again.
Okay.
Because she's gonna keep on talking about that. Just like she
sure.
did with Casey Anthony, even after the court case was done, she was still talking about that woman.
My favorite Nancy Grace clip is of her interviewing this father who had reported his son missing. And while they were in the midst of the interview, the police had come to his house and found his supposed lost son in his basement or in his attic or somewhere.
In his basement. I saw that today.
In his basement. And Nancy's like, well, they found your son in your basement, child.
She was like this. That? And he was like, slow down. Like, you've been caught, sir.
Bianca, what are your thoughts on this new discovery in the Nolan Wells case? And do you think that the prize money is going to encourage someone to come forward with information?
I think that the prize money is just gonna add to the pot, so to speak. For this autopsy, I do this because one thing that I can guarantee is that that's not the only thing that was wrong with that man.
Come on.
They're gonna put that out when they fill their case. Like you said, Jonathan, Mississippi ain't put theirs out yet. So why I'm gonna give y'all everything? We're not giving y'all everything until y'all give us what you got. Now, my man, my husband,
yes,
my good Michael Myers,
yes,
he crushed larynx all the time. Giving strangulation. Because why remove it? Why remove the whole throat? If it was a drowning, the lungs would be filled with water. That we ain't heard nothing about that.
Nope.
Because what you can do is you can choke somebody out and throw them in there and say, oh, they drowned.
Yeah.
I'm just saying allegedly. That's all I'm thinking.
It's all alleged.
Kudos for them not revealing everything in that autopsy because that's what's going to drive this case home. I give kudos to his parents. They're not acting belligerent. They're not acting a fool. They standing on business. They're standing up to you like, let me tell you something. This is not my son. Where was the phone? At the judge house? I mean, we got to look at all this stuff. These people not saying nothing for no reason. And then you think Nancy Grace popped out of her bed randomly with all these other high dollar rollers standing behind this man for nothing? It's something that everybody else that they know, that the world don't know, that they about to expose in court. And I can't wait for that day. Because I want they nicks.
Come on now.
Okay.
Yeah. There's so many positive pieces in this space. And when I say positive, positively finding whoever's did it.
Responsible. Yeah.
I believe something solid can come out of this.
I do too.
Out of the investigation. And for all we know, I'm hoping that, people as high as the FBI get in on this and start investigating, like you remember that situation where that black man that was jogging got
Ahmaud Arbery.
unalive. Yeah, him. Everybody got messed up with that. Even the judge that tried to keep everything quiet and stuff. No, not the judge, but the attorney general
Mhm.
over there had to let go her job. She got hemmed up for it too.
Yeah.
So I hope for a clean sweep. I'm not going to hope for anything less. I hope for a clean sweep, and I hope them Caucasian people down there in Mississippi. I don't think lessons will be learned, but
I was going to say I hope they get what's coming to them.
Yeah, and I hope they show it's a lesson to all their friends, family, and loved ones. Like maybe we shouldn't be doing stuff like this,
Right?
Because we've been getting away for so long.
Exactly.
Anywho, Auntie Robin says, I sense a major cover up. There are inconsistencies about the boat and its seaworthiness. That, coupled with the fact that his phone was on land, they reported that his body didn't appear, that it was in water for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't saying that he drowned. We just know that he died, but not the manner or cause of death.
Right.
Miss Kim says this case is sickening to me.
It
Agree.
is.
Hey, Mamir.
Hey, Mamir.
Miss Kim says there will be an outlier in the group. That's what I believe.
For sure.
I certainly believe that. Lady Virgo said hello to Mamir. Miss Kim says I don't understand how any of those boys are sleeping at night with the coverage of their family.
Mm-hmm. And their money.
Covering up.
Right.
Power and influence. Covering up. That's how they sleeping very well. The guilt would tear me up. But see, you have to be a good person to have guilt.
Exactly.
I would
Conviction, honey.
I wouldn't be able to keep my story straight. I'm a terrible liar. Yeah. Lady Virgo said, excuse me, Miss Kim said hello to Lady Virgo and Mamir. And Lady Virgo said, hey to Miss Kim and happy Thursday. Mamir says, Lady Virgo, great to see you. How are you holding up in these crazy weather? Ooh, are y'all still being accosted by bad smoke? Anyway, I heard heat waves to tornadoes. It must be uncomfortable to say the least. Air pressure changes and all. And then Mamir says, hey, Miss Kim, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Ooh. Oh.
You caught me at the beginning of a yawn, child. Anyways, so I wanted to spend the last couple of minutes that we had to discuss a little bit about the Real Housewives of Atlanta and what's going on and what happened, not only in the most recent episode, but the episode before that when Shamia and Portia were going back and forth. So Shamia came out on, not last episode, but the episode before that, 2 weeks ago, saying that Portia did not want Shamia to be a full-time housewife. She only wanted her to be a friend of the show. She also alleged that Portia's mother allegedly tried or did sleep with her father. I think she said tried to sleep with her father, Shamia's father. Then Portia comes back with saying that Shamia's mother slept with one of Shamia's father's brothers or one of Shamia's uncles. So, yeah. A lot of people are saying that Shamia picked the wrong time to bring this up. She did it during a dinner while they were in Scotland. I don't know what would have been a right time for her to bring this up. I don't know if they wanted her to bring it up at the reunion. I don't know if they wanted to bring it up at someone's random event. I don't know. But as far as reality TV is concerned, to me, ain't no time like the present, as far as I'm concerned. And Shamia said that she had been holding that information back for quite a while. Here's my thing. Although I don't feel like Shamia is right for the show as a housewife, although I do not want to see her back as a housewife next season, I just don't think that she gels with the group. Clearly, it doesn't seem like really anyone likes her besides Kelly, who is her, quote, BFF. However, I do believe every single word that came out of Shamia's mouth. It would not surprise me if Portia's mother did something like that. That just seems like the type of people that they are. That's just my opinion. However, A lot of people are rallying behind Portia, and I think that's because Portia is such a fan favorite. A lot of people do like Portia. A lot of people support Portia. A lot of people want to continue to see Portia on the show. However, I can't just ignore the truth when it's presented to me. And I feel as though Shamia, especially the part about Portia not wanting her to be a full-time housewife. I definitely believe that for sure. I'm not sure Portia really wanted for Shamia to be able to display her wealth the way that she's been able to do so, display her family the way that she's been able.
No. I'm sure he's still talking. I'm sure his voice is gonna come back real fast and real quick. In Jesus' name. But let me go ahead and give my opinion. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like this, I don't trust a whole lot of what's being said on the show. I don't trust a whole lot what's being said by the people that are going back and forth. I don't trust a whole lot of it. I'm leaning more towards what what's his face? What Funky Dineva's been saying.
Oh, I haven't heard him.
So Funky Dineva has basically he's been kind of like just giving information, not saying what side he's on or not or whatever. But you know, he believes that the whole thing with Shamia not being
I'm so sorry. My computer just shut off on me in the middle of my explanation of the next story. So I apologize about that, you guys. Um,
Technology. Ayo. Gonna see me technology.
However, I pretty much said all I needed to say. Jennifer, go ahead and continue with what you were saying. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
yeah. Well, let me ask you: do you think that Shamia, like excuse me, that Portia feels that way about Shamia,
Feels what way about Shamia?
like that she never really wanted her to be on Housewives and stuff
I
like that.
definitely believe that for sure.
And what you think about the whole thing about the deity?
Once again, what Shamia said about Portia's mother, I choose to believe it. Now, there's a possibility that is not true, and I'll give her that if it's not true. You know, I can take it on the, I can take it. However, um, because it could be just an extra little thing that she added on to tack on to the end of her read. However, I haven't really been exposed to Portia's mom much. However, speaking to mommy about Portia's mother, that would lead me to believe that Portia's mother might have done what Shamia accused her of doing.
I personally believe it. I choose. I like to use your words. I choose to believe it. Um, I'm not necessarily looking at her mother. I saw her mother a little bit, but my proof or where I get the belief from is her daughter, Portia,
Mm-hmm.
and the way she acts and how she's so free with other people's men. So
Right.
um yeah. But anywho, yeah, I believe what Funky Dineva is saying as well. We're all believing along the same lines of she never really wanted Shamia on the show in the first place.
No.
Um, and he said that Shamia's been pretty humble about her lifestyle this whole time. He said he's been friends, high fiving and kikiing with her for years and never really knew the gravity of her lifestyle. He didn't know.
Wow.
He didn't know it was like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know, but maybe Portia is being exposed, I guess. Child, I don't know. God bless. Bianca, what you think?
Completely opposite.
Ooh, go.
Wow.
So, as far as since I've been watching Housewives since season one, ever since Shamia came on, we knew Shamia had money. We knew Shamia had a nice house. We knew all of that. That was never covered. Who didn't know that Shamia didn't have money? That's why people wanted Shamia on the show. Everybody was saying that Shamia would be the perfect housewife because she lived the housewife lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we wanted her on the show. Then, in addition to that, at the reunion on Shamia's first season, when Shamia said that Portia didn't want her as a full-time housewife, Andy Cohen chimed in and said, no, actually, Portia pitched you as a housewife. Why would Andy co-sign for no reason? Andy liked the mess. So why would he co-sign it? And then they were showing the clips in the show of when he said it. Now, when it comes to Shamia talking about Portia's mom, wanting to sleep with Portia's father, Shamia's father, Portia's dad is the son of Hosea Williams. Who is Shamia daddy? Who is Shamia daddy? Why would Portia mama want that man so bad? Why would she? I mean, it's just not making sense. And for you to sit up here and say, oh, I've been holding it back, holding it back, holding it back. This whole long time y'all been getting into it. You never mentioned anything like it. And then you're going to say, oh, you talked about my mama. Like Portia said, we all know she brought the lady daycare. We all knew that. She didn't dig deep. She didn't go deep and deep dive into all no messy type of crap. She clapped back at you for something that you said. It was a clap back. Shamia, you said something, Portia clapped back. But then when Portia clapped back, just because Portia is promiscuous, that don't mean her mama is.
True that.
I mean, what she said to Kim, she was like, why would they say that about your poor daughter?
Yeah, you know, as far as Portia not wanting Shamia to be a full housewife, I think there's a possibility that Portia might have said that maybe near the beginning of Portia appearing as a friend to the show, and then later on her saying, "Oh, well, maybe Shamia is right for the show," and then so I get what you're saying, and I get Andy, you know, co-sign what Portia said. However, Portia does seem like the type who would not want to be overshadowed, because I feel like Portia felt like Shamia would overshadow her as far as her lifestyle is concerned, and people would gravitate more towards Shamia because she's living more of the housewife lifestyle than Portia is. But that's just my personal opinion, and that could be because I don't like Portia at all. I never liked Portia. Portia has never been my favorite. I've never liked seeing her on the show whatsoever. So I am a little bit biased, even though I really don't like Shamia, to be honest. Like I said at the beginning of my introduction to the topic, I don't think Shamia has any business being on the show. And it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that she lives the housewife lifestyle. I just don't think her personality matches with a reality TV star. But that's just my opinion.
Bianca, I got a question.
Over feelings, though.
Yeah, and I understand that, which is why I'm happy to listen to facts.
Yeah.
My question, Bianca, as far as Portia and Shamia, you know, of course, we've seen them as friends for so long before she got a peach. Do you have any clue as to why we didn't see much of a friendship when she came to the show with the peach?
Because I feel like she thought that Shamia was trying to fit in more so with the other ladies. And that's when she started telling them things that she felt about her best friend. And she's like, you're my best friend. Why not come to me? Why am I hearing this stuff from all these other people? And now they chiming in and on like the housewives do, and they tearing us up. But it's because you're the one talking, not me.
Right.
Portia had told them, and it was a flashback. If you talk about her, it's like you talking about my sister. Don't come tell me nothing about her. She can tell me all that she need to tell me about her. Don't come say anything to me. But Shamia is the one who lied and said that Portia didn't go to her wedding. She lied and said she didn't have a wedding here, which she did. She lied and said Portia didn't congratulate her, which Portia sent the pictures and posted them when she congratulated her when she got her peach. But Shamia said she didn't.
Is Shamia jealous of Portia?
I think Shamia might be jealous of Portia's popularity due to the show. And I think that's the main reason why Shamia wanted to be on the show, because she wanted to be able to receive some of that popularity and some of those stands on Instagram and Twitter and all that who want to ride for Shamia. She wants that fan base. And I think that's the main, because she's living the lifestyle. Like, she don't need to be on Real Housewives of
Don't
Atlanta
need to be.
at all. But I think she craved that popularity that Portia had, because Portia is absolutely the most popular housewife of Atlanta. Period. Point blank. Like, I can even admit that as a person who doesn't like Portia, but she's clearly the fan favorite on the show. So I think Shamia just wanted a piece of that popularity that Portia received from being on the show. Go ahead,
And
Bianca.
jealousy too. Because let me ask you a question. Jonathan, did you not realize at the moment that Shamia decided to drop that tea? So first of all, you got to think about the episode. She wasn't in the scene when her BFF Kelly and Portia. Kelly came to Portia and
Right.
apologized to Portia and said, "I don't want to argue with you anymore."
Mhm.
Why did Kelly not tell that to Shamia? Shamia didn't even know that they had a conversation until the next morning. And Shamia was like, "Wait, what?"
Like,
And
y'all
then
getting
that's
along?
when and
Yeah.
then that's when they went and Portia brought everybody stuff and then they had that dinner. And then Kelly was like, "Oh, Portia, you need another girlfriend because I can get used to this." They was not talking about no drama at all. Shamia pulled that out of her behind
She definitely did, for
just to
sure.
start some mess because the one person who she thought that she was getting close to replace Portia,
Mhm.
the one who you can stay in my town home because you don't have a home.
Right.
Now that
Right.
her and Portia back close again, and now that's when you want to say, "Oh, well, your mama wanted to sleep with my dad."
Yeah.
What?
It's funny because I did not put those pieces together, because I do remember her saying in her confessional, well, if Portia can forgive Kelly, then why can't she
Why?
forgive me? And so then she went on into the dinner. So yeah, that definitely makes more sense. I personally still do believe everything that Shamia said. However, her reasoning for doing it when she did it, that definitely makes perfect sense for sure. Jennifer, do we have any comments before we get up out of here, girl?
See, Mamera says there's actually no smoke up here. We have been blessed with nothing but rain all summer. My poor garden drowned. Mm.
I hope Joel is doing better, Mamir.
Yeah, yeah. How's Joel? Mamera says the flight between excuse me the fight. I said flight. King Jesus help me. The fight between Portia and Shamia is sad. They were like sisters since childhood, but I think Portia is jealous of Shamia, and Shamia on the show was too much for Portia's ego to take. And it's like just from listening to all this stuff, it's like it's so easy to see it both ways.
It is.
Because
Um,
Portia really didn't have a season last season. Portia was
yeah,
so boring last season. Portia didn't give nothing. So it's not even she was letting Shamia shine if she wanted to, but Shamia piled herself in the behind because she fell flat.
Mhm.
We didn't want her back this season. And Portia did nothing.
Ooh, Miss Kim says, Miss Diane is the type of woman you keep away from your man. She's an old Jezebel.
What
Portia
were
is
y'all
Jezebel
saying? What
Jr.
rumors have y'all heard about Miss Diane? Just because her daughter is promiscuous, that don't mean she may be.
Mm. Auntie Robin says, Funky said that he has known Shamir for over a decade and had no idea she was living as large as she does before seeing it on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you for putting it in words, Auntie Robin.
Mhm.
And Miss Kim says Shamia wants to be famous. She needs to catch. She needs me to coach her on how to be a socialite.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all would only see me by appointment through my assistant.
Okay. Now that's
Love it.
tea, Miss Kim. Tea for the girls. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Jenna's no, Bianca. Bianca, go ahead and share your social media contacts with the good people real quick.
It's gonna be Bianca Edwards everywhere. Just Bianca
Jenna,
Edwards.
Jenna, your turn.
I'm Prophetic Fire Reiki. Go ahead and follow me on YouTube and TikTok and child, I was about to say Facebook, Instagram at Prophetic Fire Reiki, and I go live every single Monday at 8 p.m.
Awesome. Make sure you guys join us with Faithful Warrior Ministries every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. for reading of a devotional, a little bit of chit chat, and of course, prayer. If you're looking for us, just type us into the search bar on YouTube, Faithful Warrior Ministries, which should pop right up. Once again, we go live every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is jojo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $JonathanLee07. That's $JonathanLee07 if you'd like to donate to my channel so that I can upgrade. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to join me every Monday at 6 p.m. for my 90-Day Fiance review with Dustin Butler, as well as my recorded reviews. I released my review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta this past week, the most recent episode. So make sure you guys check that video out, like it, and comment it on it as well. We got you guys. We will see you next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, I hope everyone has a safe weekend. Y'all be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.